40 years ago, my family started a restoration business on their own. They turned cars like this into cars like that. But due to financial issues, they were forced to shut the doors 10 years ago. And I'm here to bring the family business back to life. I will be restoring cars that were left to rot in fields, barns, and wherever. But in order to do that, we gotta find the parts to bring these cars back to former glory. Will I be able to do it, or will I go broke? Stay tuned to find out. So I worked at the muffler factory for 5 years, and I was able to save up $15,000 to help us out start this business back up. My family don't have any money to help me do it, so I'm gonna have to get a loan from the bank. So we're gonna head on over there now, and hopefully we can get enough to actually get this business back up and running. So on the way to the bank, we gotta pass by the business my family started 40 years ago. My grandpa started this business and he kept it going with his son, which is my father. They were going good and strong until the recession hit and they lost everything. The only thing they had left is this property, and it is overgrown. It's going to take a lot of work to get it back to the former glory. This used to be the #1 spot to get your car restored in the whole country. So we're going to restore this building so we can start restoring cars again and be #1. But before I can do that, I gotta stop to the bank and hopefully we can get enough money to fund this operation. I ended up getting approved for $80,000, and that should be enough to start our first project and get everything required and get the building up and running. Now that we're done here, I'm going to go meet up with a guy that's selling a trimmer on Marketplace. This trimmer should be able to help me clear the property so we can actually get started on our very first project. He wanted $80 for this trimmer, but I was able to talk him down to $60, which is going to help me a lot because any bit of money we can save is more we can put towards a project. I remember coming here as a kid and helping my grandpa haul cars out of fields or barns and restoring them. These cars were rusted out and they were fit for the scrapyard, but he was able to fix them up and bring them back to life. And that's what I'm trying to do. I've been using this trimmer for an hour now and I barely put a dent into the bushes, but I do remember coming here as a kid and there used to be a skid steer. So we're gonna go try to find that and maybe that will be a bit better. The only hard part is trying to get through these bushes. They're just so thick and I don't have a key to the shop. So, that door's not opening. That one's stuck in. I guess I tried the other door. I can't get it. What are the chances the door's actually unlocked? That would be a miracle, but I don't think it is. So if I can't get it open, I'm gonna have to use a rock. Now, I might have to keep that universal key I just used, but I don't think it's going to work on this door. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Ow, 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 that hurt. But I found the skid steer. It is pretty old. I'm hoping it will start. We'll give it a try. Ah, that was so close. We're going to need some sort of starting fluid. I don't know if there's any here. There's brake cleaner. We'll give that a try. I'm not really doing a good job spraying it into the filter. I'm spraying it over the whole engine, but hopefully it don't blow up. Yes, it fired up. Now I should have enough muscle to actually get this door open. Hopefully I don't break it. So it's been a couple of days and I actually got everything around the property cleaned up. Well, most of it. So I ended up finding a lot of vehicles that we can actually do as projects. We got this truck here and we got this old Impala over here, which I would really like to do this one. But I don't know when we're going to do that one. And we got this car over here. It's in rough shape, but I think we can still use it. I haven't looked in this old shed yet, but we probably got about 10 cars. And this one here I'm definitely not keeping. There's nothing valuable on it. And this Mustang, that will be a future project for sure. We got an old truck and we got this Charger over here, which we're going to probably be doing at some point. Wait a minute, I see a car and it looks like it's in all right shape. Let's see if we can push these doors open. Ugh. Okay, we got one. We're going to have to get some grease and fix these doors up. Wait a minute, I remember this car. This was one of the last cars they were doing before they ran out of money. So if the motor is good in this car, I think we found our very first project, and this is going to be a easy flip for us because it got a motor. It wants to fire up, it just needs a little bit of help. It was sitting for 10 years, so we'll grab the trusty brake cleaner, spray it into the filter. We won't put too much in, we don't want to blow up this motor because a new one's going to cost a nice bit. We'll give it a try and hopefully it fires right up. And there we go. Perfect. We have a car. We have a 1969 Charger, but I should probably test this car out. So we'll go for a little drive and see if everything's running good. And we're having some sort of problem putting it in gear. You know what? I kind of remember we were having problems with the transmission on this car. But besides that, this car is actually handling really good. I think that's the only major problem, and we may as well get a brand new clutch. Transmission for 1969 Dodge Charger. Okay, I ended up finding one and we're gonna go pick it up now, and I'm gonna grab a couple more parts because we're gonna be doing an oil change, so we're gonna need a filter and some oil. So I ended up paying $3,500. I paid $3,000 for the transmission and a clutch. The transmission was rebuilt probably 3 years ago, he said, so it should be good. So we're going to pop that in. We're going to grab our jack we just picked up. I ended up picking up this jack and I got a spray gun because we're going to be painting this vehicle ourselves. Well, a few hours later and a couple busted fingers, but we finally got this transmission and clutch put in, and I'm hoping it's going to be good. So I just drained the oil and took off the filter, and it was pretty gunky, but it has been sitting for 10 years, so you can't really expect much different. But we're going to put the new filter in and we're going to drop some new oil. And then it's time to actually paint this car. Well guys, it's been a couple of days and I must say this car turned out amazing. It looks brand new. So I'm just going to haul it out and we're going to get a couple pictures so we can put it on our website and we can list this car as soon as possible because we need some money coming in so we can keep this business going. I just got off the phone with my buddy and he actually got a lead on a 1981 Chevy pickup truck, and we want to do one of those really bad, so we're gonna head over there. But first things first, we're actually gonna have to get a loan of a flatbed because, well, this truck's not quite complete. We're gonna have to find some parts for it, but we really want to do one. So the story on this truck, this person bought it 5 years ago in the hopes to restore it, but he just couldn't, and he's kind of done with the project. So that's good for us because we're gonna buy it and hopefully we can get it for a good price. He wanted $6,000 for this truck, but I got it for $4,500 and everything is good on it. It just needs a couple parts, which we should be able to find. So I just got back to the shop and I actually got a call from a friend of mine. He found another part for this truck. So we're gonna unload this and we're gonna head on over and grab it. I'm just realizing these brakes are really bad. We're gonna probably have to adjust them. I'm hoping that's the only problem. After I put that in the garage, I drove to the location he told me to meet him at and I don't see anything. So I'm going to have to give him a quick call. After speaking with him, I realized I was in the right area. I just had to drive through the field. We went back and forth on the price. He wanted $500 for it, but I ended up getting it for $340 because there was no tailgate. What a deal I ended up getting on this truck bed. I think it's going to work out good. It's the perfect one. It's the right year. And all we need now is a tailgate and we will have a complete truck. Now the only problem I'm going to have is trying to unload this. I only got a skid steer with grapple. I don't have any forks, so we got to try not to beat it up. This skid steer is not the smoothest for this type of work, but we're going to take our time and hopefully we don't beat it up too much because besides the dirt and the missing tailgate, this truck bed is in amazing shape. We're just going to take our time and okay, we finally got it. We barely got it, but we got it. We almost hit the truck behind us, but we never. So we're just going to leave this here for now. Since the Chevy is coming along pretty good, I think it's time for us to start another project. So we're going to take the Impala and we're going to put it in our shed behind us and hopefully we can get this one started. After putting the Impala in the garage, I decided, well, we still got the tow truck and we got a bit of junk that we can get rid of. This car right here, we will not be doing. So I'm going to put it on the flatbed and we're going to bring it to the scrapyard. And after that, the Mustang will be the next project. So far we spent about $9,000. We got one complete car. We got one that could be a complete car very soon. And we got another project just started. I sold that car for $319 to a local scrapyard. But we gotta go back to the shop because we need to find a tailgate for our 1981 Chevy so we can finish getting that put together and we can put it on our website. I'm pretty sure we just lost a turbo in our Dodge Ram. So we're gonna have to try and find one. Yep, our turbo is gone. So I'm gonna go inside and we're gonna have to look that up. And so far we need a tailgate and a turbo. Welcome back everyone to a brand new episode of the family business. We got $15,000 put into the Impala and we're ready for paint. So my plan is to take the square body at the garage to make room. I did order a tailgate and a bumper for it, but it's pretty far away, so it's going to be about a week before we get it. And the second gen, I can't find a turbo around here. I get this car listed at $35,000. I got two offers at 30, but it's pretty low for what I want for the car. But we got everything ready on this car. We got the primer. We got all new bumpers we found. We got new interior. We did everything we could and all original parts for the most part. But the body work was crazy. We had so much to do, but we got it looking good. But I'm at the point now we need a tow truck of our own. So I got this truck in the back and I was thinking, you know what, we can make a nice car carrier for it. So I'm going to put it over in the garage and we're going to start working on it. So I'm going to be painting the body a nice baby blue color and the roof and other parts is going to be a daisy white. I think it will be the best look for this car. Drum roll please. It's time for the moment of truth. This car right here, we put a lot of money into, a lot of time, but it looks amazing. I would actually keep this car for myself, but we kind of need money. So I just finished taking a couple pictures of the car for our website, but I got a text from a local farmer. He has an old truck in his yard. He wants us to come look at. It's been there for 40 years. It's probably not in good shape, but I like to try to bring any car I can back to life. So we're going to go up and take a look. But we're going to have to go borrow my buddy's truck because ours is just not ready yet. So I ended up paying $550 for this truck. I know it's probably way too much. This truck's seen better days, but I got a good vision I want to do with this truck. And I think I can do it. It needs a lot of body work. It looks like it probably needs a new frame, but I think I can bring it back to life. Whenever I drive by somebody's house, I always gotta look around the property to see if I can see any old cars or parts because we gotta get this business up and running. And a lot of these cars we got, there's a lot of parts around this area for these cars. Anyway, this truck is not gonna be my main priority right now. We got too many projects on the go, so I'm gonna hook a chain up to it and we're gonna haul it off the truck. And we're just gonna put it in the back for now. I think right here should be fine for this truck. I'm hoping to get it started very soon. It's just, there's just too much work for it. I'm going to have to look for a frame. Now, I don't know if the motor is gone, but I'm going to say it is. Well, boys, it's been a few days, but we got this truck put back together. We ended up getting the tailgate and the bumper about 2 days ago, and ever since then, been doing body work, and we got it primed. I think I'm going to paint it red. I think that would be the, what is that? No, seriously, what is that? I'm hoping he wants to restore this truck back to what it looked like before. So I'm going to go talk to the owner and hopefully we can work something out. So after talking to the owner, I found out he just bought this truck off a younger guy. It do look nice, but that's not the look he was going for. So we're going to be restoring it back to what it looked like before. So we're going to go inside and make an ad on Marketplace and see if we can get the parts needed to bring this truck back to original. Now we wait and see. Now I also looked at a couple other websites. There is parts, but it's kind of far away. So I'm going to see if I can get it local first and hopefully we can. So it's been a few hours and we got this truck done. I'm going to put it outside. It should be dry enough to not mess up the paint, I'm hoping. But I'm going to be putting the other truck in the garage. I did get a couple leads on parts that I need for that truck, so we're going to message them back and hopefully we can get them as soon as possible because that's going to give us some good money. So I ended up messaging the guy back and he actually owns a local scrap yard. He said he had the parts and I need them pretty bad, so I'm going to give him a bit extra because we got to get this project started and we almost got our car carrier done. We got a couple more things to do, then we're going to paint it. It's been a busy week for us at this shop. We finally got this truck almost done. I put 8,000 in so far. The only thing left to do, we need to put new seats in and we're going to refinish the back of the truck. He wants a nice oak finish, and I think we killed it with the color combination. We went with a nice blue and white roof and accents, and we got the white wall tires. It just looks amazing. It don't even look like the same truck. And we got our tow truck. Well, not really a tow truck, it's a car carrier, but we got a nice two-tone. We got our logo on it, Classic Garage. I think that's the perfect name for this company, but I think it turned out amazing. And you might be wondering, why is the Impala on the back? Well, we got it sold, so we're going to be dropping that off. Okay, I'm pulling up to the property now, and I can't wait to get the money. We're actually going to be making a nice bit off this car. Now, I put a lot of money into it. We put over $15,000 in, but we're still going to make a good profit off it. So I end up making $21,000 off this car, and that is a good profit. So we got a lot of money now to put back into other projects. But I got an email from someone. He got a bunch of old parts on his property, so we're going to head on over there now and check it out. Hopefully I don't get stuck out in this field, but I can see the parts he's talking about. It looks like there's a frame. I don't know the shape, but there is a rear axle on it, so that might come in handy. But there is a nice few parts. Okay, so we got the frame, we got an axle, and we got another rear axle, so we got two. So I don't know if the one on the frame is actually no good anymore, and he bought a new one. But we got a transmission. It looks like a 4-speed, which I know where I can use that. We got a Mustang we're going to be doing soon, and we got a motor. I don't know if it runs. I'm going to ask him, but even if it don't, there's definitely some good parts on it. So I'm going to run up and see what he wants for everything here. So I ended up paying $1,200, which is a steal of a deal. We got so many good parts. The parts alone is worth way more than that. The frame, the steel, like we can get some serious money for the stuff, even if we didn't want to use it. But I'm going to strap everything down. We got a long journey and the road is pretty rough. Like there's a lot of bumps. Wait a minute. Did I just see what I thought I seen? Okay, we're gonna have to check this out. I don't think he minds if I go down and have a little look. Okay, yeah, I did see it. There's a car over in that shed. It looks to be in all right shape. I'm gonna head over and have a look, and hopefully he don't get mad. I mean, it's in good shape. Let's see if we got the motor, and it do. So we got something to work off. It's a J10. So yeah, interior is nice. Like, I don't see anything really wrong with it. I'm going to shut the door before he comes out and gets mad. And we'll put the hood down. But it looks to be a 1970-ish. So we're going to go over and knock on his door and see if he's going to sell it. So I ended up paying $11,000 for this truck. And I think it was a pretty good deal. He wanted $15,000. We went back and forth for probably 20 minutes because that was just way too much. But we're going to pick that up later. We're going to drop these parts off, and I got a text from the dealer. They got a turbo in, so I'm going to go over and pick that up after we get everything offloaded. Now, this is probably not the best way to take the frame off, but this is the only way I got here to actually do it. Let's just take our time. Okay, we go under. We'll just put it over in a nice spot where we won't forget about it in a bush. So I finally got this truck done. We got the bed finished with the oak and we got the new seat put in. The owner's actually coming by to pick it up and we were actually under budget. We had a budget of $20,000 and we ended up doing this for $18,000. Okay, that's another car out of the door. We got our money. So I'm going to go pick up our 1970, I think 7 Jeep J10 and we're going to bring that to the shop and we're going to try to work on that. I got big plans for that. I think I'm going to cut the frame. Now hear me out, it's going to look good. I'm going to cut the frame and put a smaller bed on it. So I'm going to leave this truck here for now because I got another project I want to start first. But this one here I think will be an easy flip for us because it looks like it was redone probably 15 years ago. Okay, I tried to start it but there's no motor in it. I should have known. We'll push it to the garage. Ugh. Ugh. You think I would have used this skid steer? It would have been a lot easier. So I'm going to head over and pick up the turbo, and I actually found a welder on Marketplace for a good price and it's not in bad shape, so we're going to grab that too. So I just took the old turbo out and we're going to put the newer one in. It looks like it was rebuilt at some point. It's not brand new. I finally got that done. It took me a little bit longer because one of the bolts wouldn't line up, so I had to cut it off, but it should be good enough. So I'm not going to be putting any more money into this truck, so we're going to be bringing it to a busy road and just putting a for sale sign on it, and hopefully we can sell it. Well, I think right here is a good spot. We should be able to sell this truck very soon, but there's one problem. I drove here, so now I gotta walk back to the shop. I didn't tell anyone I actually needed a ride. Okay, so my plan for this car is to... What is that sound? Is that a helicopter? Yep, that would be a helicopter. Now, I don't know anybody with a helicopter, and this one looks expensive. So it turns out he's actually a multi-millionaire. He owns a bunch of businesses around here, and he got a really expensive car collection he wants me to see. Wait, so you're telling me you have a helipad at your house? How much money do you even have? Now that was probably one of the coolest things I ever done. We got a heli from work to his home. Now that also could have been pretty dangerous, but we gotta see those cars. We gotta know what kind of collection he got. Okay, so he wasn't lying. He do have a car collection. He got the Dukes of Hazzard police car, and he got a DeLorean, and that is cool. I guess we're not actually going to be kidnapped. We're going to see a car collection, so we're okay. But apparently he got more cars, so we're going to take the DeLorean down to a shop he got at the beginning of the property and take a look at the other cars. I just got to make sure I don't go past 88 miles per hour because I don't want to go back to the future today. Okay, this got to be the fourth time he called me poor without actually calling me poor. So he got a helicopter, he got a mansion, he got a helipad, and his shop is way bigger than my actual shop. Well, I actually take that back. This is the fifth time he called me poor. He has a Model T truck. I don't even know the year, but it looks amazing. You gotta have money to get something like this. You got the crank on the front, the wood, and we have a 1940 46 Ford convertible, and I don't know why he got a trailer hitch. I wouldn't be using that, but it's fully restored. Wow, he even got a Ford Ranchero. That is nice, but the color, I would have probably did red and white if it was mine. No way, he got a 1960 Chevy Corvette made by Art Morrison. This is a rare car. He just called me poor for the sixth time. Like, where do you even get this? I do like the color combination. It is perfect. And over here we have a 1935 Ford Dually. I would like to have this, but I know he won't sell it. Wait a minute. Is there actually a job for me to do, like restore a car? Or did he just bring me all the way to his house to show off his cars? I could have been working. Wait a minute. I hear the helicopter. I better speed up. I don't care about the 88 miles per hour thing now. What is that? What? What happened? How am I back at my house? The last thing I remember was being at that millionaire's house in a DeLorean. That had to be a dream because it's August the 7th at 7 a.m. and I went to work that day and I met the millionaire at 9 o'clock. That dream was way too real, but I gotta get to work. We got jobs to do. I got a couple emails I gotta check. So I ended up hiring somebody about a week ago, and me and him have been working non-stop on the Mustang, and we got the primer on. We just gotta put the final coat and a couple little things, and it should be ready for the car show in a couple weeks. So I'm gonna check my email right quick and see if we can find any more cars that we can restore. We'll just see if anybody wrote us, and let's see. Okay, I did get an email from a Barry. He wants our 1969 Charger, and he wants us to make it look like the General Lee. We had to come back on the helicopter. There is no way we actually went back in time. No way. Anyway, enough of that. This truck here, okay, we almost took out our work truck. We can't be doing that. So I'm going to be putting this truck on the back burner. It's just way too much work for us right now. I'm going to go look at a truck now, and hopefully we can get it for a good price. Okay, so we're almost to the location of this pickup we're going to look at, and I found a 1967, I think, Peterbilt 359. Okay, so this truck is in rough shape, but I think I can make it work. We just gotta get it for a good price. It do have a motor. The cab's not in too bad of shape. The tires are dry rotted, but everything seems to be okay. So I guess we'll make a call and see if we can get it for a good price. Okay, so I ended up paying 6,500 for this truck. This is a bit steep for the condition, but there's a lot of good parts to work off, so I think we got a good deal. Okay, so this is the guy that emailed me. He got a 1976 Ford F250. He wants about $9,000 for it, but I think that might be a bit steep. We gotta see the condition first. And it's supposed to be in this barn back here. Okay, so this is not what I was expecting. Who throws all their stuff over a truck like this? Like, why would you even put a couch like that? But besides that, this truck actually looks pretty good. There is some stuff wrong with it, but I think I can fix it. So he wanted $9,000 for this truck, but I ended up working out a deal. I'm gonna give him my 97 Dodge Ram. So my plan is to drop this truck off, then walk over and get the Dodge and drive that down to his house. Then we're gonna grab our new semi and hopefully we can make it back to the shop. So before I leave, I'm gonna put this in the garage so my employee can get working on it. We gotta try and make it look like the General Lee. I am so out of shape. I don't know why I just didn't ask for a ride over. It would have been a lot easier, a lot faster. So I just dropped off the 97 Ram and we got all the paperwork signed. But what do you guys think? Is this going to start up the first try? Let's give it a go. Nope. I got a feeling we're going to have to use our trusty friend, the brake cleaner. We'll spray that into the filter. And we don't want to put too much in. We don't want to blow up the motor, but I think it's going to start this time. Hopefully. Okay, it's close. Come on, come on. There we go. We got it. So I ended up finding a car lift off Marketplace and I paid $800 for it. And I'm getting somebody to deliver it later on. And I'm going to give him $150 to install it. But first thing I gotta do, I gotta take the Mustang out of this shop because I'm putting a lift in here and we're gonna try to get this Mustang glued up. We're gonna get the final coat of paint and the last bit of stuff put on it. So I'm gonna get my employee to do that. Wow, he actually did a good job with it. I know the car was pretty much done. It just needed the numbers put on it, the flags, but it do look good. He did a good job painting the roof and he got it done pretty quick. So I will probably end up keeping him as an employee. But we gotta go drop this off to Barry the millionaire and we'll get some money and we're gonna get a lot for this car. I wish he had a helicopter with a hook or like some way to bring it over. It would be a lot faster. It would only take 10 minutes by helicopter, but now I gotta take 2 hours to drive it over in this truck. But I guess the money's gonna be worth it. I've been driving for about 2 hours now and this road right here is so rough. He don't take care of it. You think a millionaire would have it paved in gold. Okay, so I just got off the phone with him and he's actually not home. He's gone somewhere in helicopter. So I'm going to be dropping off and put it in his garage. Well, I made $80,000 off this car and I got a lot more where I made it the General Lee. He ended up paying $40,000 more. Don't tell him. I don't think he cares. He's a multi-millionaire. Wait a minute, don't tell me I see another car for sale. Now, it is in rough shape, but I do have extra money now. So let's take a look. So it's a Dodge Monaco. I'm not really sure the year, but it's in rough shape by the look of the bumper and the hood won't shut right. So it was in some sort of accident. But besides that, the body is in pretty good shape besides the doors not shutting and the back's beat up. Ooh, this is going to be a hard one to choose from. But if I can get it for a good price, I think I can make money off it. And I think I can fix it up. So they actually wanted $6,000 for this car, which is a crazy price. I only wanted to pay $8,000 for it, but we were going back and forth for a little bit and we just decided on 35 because I could still make it work. I could fix it for that price and make a profit. So they told me this car is actually having motor problems and transmission problems. Now, I wish I knew that. We gotta push it on. It's not very fun. But I do have a winch on this truck. So once I get it close enough, I'm gonna just haul it on. I must say, it's so nice having something to actually help you out for once. That winch helped me a lot. So I just got back to the shop and I got a message from the guy that we bought the lift off and he installed it, but it ended up being a little bit more than he said because when he put it in, there was a part missing and we needed to upgrade something on the shop, so it cost us a nice bit more than I was willing to pay. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought. $3,500. It was only supposed to be $800 plus 100 to install, but we're at 3,500. But it looks like the employee got the Mustang done, which is nice because we got a car show we're going to next week and we're going to be bringing the Mustang. So we went with a nice blue and I think we should be able to sell it down at the car show. I think that's where we're going to get the best bang for our buck. But since we got a lift now, I'm going to take our Ford and we're going to bring that into our other shop and we're going to try to get the transmission out because there is a lot of problems with this transmission. It's not going into gear and it's slipping out of gear, so we got a lift now, so why not use it? And I got a good idea for this truck. We're just gonna keep it pretty much basic, but we gotta try to find the parts for it. I think I can get a transmission local, so we're gonna be putting an ad on Marketplace. Welcome back everyone to a brand new episode of the restoration business. I'm just going up to my buddies. We're gonna grab his trailer because guys, guess what? We're going on a road trip. We're going to Middleburg, which is about 14-hour drive for me, and we're going to a car show. And I'm taking the Mustang. We're gonna try to sell it. But first things first, we gotta grab this trailer. So I'm actually getting a loan of Randy's trailer. This is his house, so we're gonna have to bring it back here when we're done. I'm thinking we're gonna go for about 2.5 days because we're gonna leave right now. It is pretty late and we're gonna be driving most of the night. Well, that was quick and easy. Let's go grab the Mustang and we're gonna hit the road. This trailer actually makes this truck look so small. I'm hoping it's gonna be able to tow the Mustang. But my plan is to go down Middleburg and go to the car show and we should be able to sell the Mustang for a higher price. And when I'm down there, if I see a car, we have a trailer, so I'm hoping we can find something that's a bit different that we can restore. I'm just heading to the shop right now, but I'm wondering guys, what is your favorite type of car? Write in the comments below and I might keep an eye out for one. Oh, let me turn down the radio right quick. I'm at the shop. So my plan is we're going to keep the shop open when I'm gone. We're going to have Randy and John look after the business, keep it up and running while I'm gone. So this is the Mustang we're going to be bringing. I think we should be able to sell it no problem. I'm looking to get at least $60,000 for this car because it will make the trip worth it, and we did put in a nice bit of money, so we're after putting in a lot of money to this car, and that would be where we're going to make the most profit without charging too much. Okay, so I got that all loaded down and that should not go anywhere with the straps put on. But we got a long journey ahead of us, so let's get into it, put on some of our favorite music and hit the open road. Guys, what is your favorite road trip music? Comment below what it is and we'll check it out. Well guys, I am pretty tired. We've been driving, I'm gonna say almost 30 hours. We had truck problems and we had to pull over and find a garage, but it's all fixed. We're on our final stretch. I'm getting pretty hungry, so we're gonna have to actually find somewhere to eat and no, don't tell me we're getting pulled over. Okay, here is my license and registration. I didn't try to speed. I didn't see the sign. I'm sorry. Please don't write me a ticket. Okay, so he just went back to the car, but I think this might be a good spot for me to stop anyway because I'm hungry and I see a Burger King. But please don't write me a ticket, please. Let's hope he don't write me one. Well, today is my lucky day. We didn't get a ticket, we just got a warning. And we're right next to Burger King, so we're gonna pull over and get some food. And it looks like there's a Dunkin' Donuts right next door, so we might actually get a coffee too. Well, I think I got about, I'm gonna say 80 miles left toward to Middleburg, and we're gonna get a hotel for the night, and the car show is bright and early tomorrow. Oh man, I am full. That was delicious. It was $16. That wasn't a good part, but let's get back on the road. We still got a nice bit of daylight left, and we gotta try to find a hotel. So, well, I decided to pull over and get some fuel because we're not gonna have time before we go tomorrow. We got a really early rise tomorrow, and we want to get a good parking spot so people can actually see the Mustang. $210. I wasn't even on empty. This trip is so hard on the wallet. Well guys, it's time to hit the road. And let's turn on the mute. Oh no, we're getting pulled over again. Oh man, I know what I did. I shouldn't have been messing around with the radio. I kinda ran a stop sign. Sorry, please don't give me a ticket. Well guys, I'm not too lucky now. I got a ticket for not stopping at the stop sign. This trip just got even more expensive. We just made it to the hotel. It's been a long couple of days, but we're finally here. We got the car show tomorrow, so I'm gonna run inside and we're gonna grab a hotel and hopefully we don't have any more problems because this is costing us way too much. Well guys, it's the next morning. We're going to be taking the Mustang. We're going to leave the truck here, I think. It's just, I don't know, I think it might be too big to actually bring over to the car show. Well guys, we put a lot of work into this car. There's a lot of hours, a lot of long nights, but this car looks amazing. I'm glad we picked this color. Alright guys, we're at the local high school and there is actually a lot of cars here, but I expected there to be more people here, but hopefully that won't affect us selling our Mustang. Okay, there's a nice few cars here and we're right next to another Mustang, but I think mine looks a little bit better and we got a Charger. We did one of those. I do like this. This Trans Am is a nice car. I'd like to do one of those in the future. That's a different color. I don't really like the color of that, but anyway. And over here we have a Chevy truck. It looks like they put a lot of money into it. Not a big fan of it, but I do like this Bronco. I wonder, are they going to sell it? I would buy it. We came here to make money, not to spend it. And over here we have... it's alright. They did a good job restoring it. And we got Impala. This one here, I do like the colors. It flows together really good. But anyway, let's walk around and see if we can sell our Mustang. Well guys, I'm pretty happy. We just sold the Mustang and we made $60,000. That's what I was looking to get. Well, this trip was worth it. And I got a message from John. There's actually another car I'm going to be looking at when we get back. So we got plenty of work to do. But you know what? We're going to have to walk back to the hotel. Well guys, we're finally back. That was a nice trip, but I'm happy to be back. So we're just dropping off Randy's trailer before we head up and look at that car John found. And hopefully it can make us a nice bit of money. And hopefully it's not going to be a lot of work. I'm really bad at driving with the trailer. It's going to take me a couple of tries, but I don't know. We might end up leaving it by the road yet. Okay, it looks like I'm doing a good job. About time. And we finally got that unhooked, and let's go see that car. John said it was a nice car. Now, John don't have the best taste in cars, so we'll be the judge of that when we get there. And I'll see you guys when I get there. Alright guys, we're just rolling up to the property. Yeah, John don't really have good taste in cars, but it is a nice car. We got a Chevy Caprice. It was a nice car in its day. I'm not going to hold it against John, but this wouldn't be a car I consider really good. We do need a back bumper. I mean, it's probably going to be an easy flip for us, so let's go up and see what they want for it. Okay, so I paid $6,500, which is a bit high for me. I tried to talk them down, but they did not want to lower the price, so I'm not going to turn down a car that could make me more money, so I ended up buying it. I'm going to run back to the shop and get John or Randy to give me a ride over. So me and the guys been pretty busy the last couple of days trying to get these couple of trucks finished up, and here's Randy, our employee of the month. He's been doing good. So I will show you guys what we got in the garage right now. So we got our 1977 Jeep J10, and you guys remember the box was longer, the frame was longer, but we ended up cutting everything down, putting it this nice light blue color with the white accents, and it looks amazing. And all custom interior done in-house by John and Randy. They're amazing. And over here we have our 1976 Ford F250. Again, custom interior. But there's one problem. We don't have the box for it. I can't find it. I've been looking everywhere. It's just really hard to find. But we did fix the transmission, so we don't have problems with that anymore. But that's what we got going on inside our garage. Outside, we still got a couple of cars that we're trying to get rid of. I'm thinking about selling the square body because I need something a bit more practical for everyday car. So we're going to be selling that. And we still got the Dodge Monaco over here. We didn't really work on it yet because, well, as you could tell, it was in a few fender benders. It's pretty beat up. So there's a lot of body work we got to do on it. So I actually got a pretty busy day planned ahead of us. So we're going to an estate sale of this millionaire, and his family is actually going to be auctioning off his cars. But the thing is, there's 3 garages and I don't know which cars are in which, and we're not allowed to look inside, but we got to bid on it. It's kind of like a blind auction. Now this place here is definitely worth $20 million. This is crazy. Look how big it is. What's that back part? But anyway, these are the 3 garages we're going to be bidding on today. So I got $220,000 in the bank account, and looking at this place now, and I don't think that's a lot. This place is massive, so I can only imagine what kind of cars he got. But I'm just going to park over here out of the way because I don't think they're going to let me in. It looks like there's security at the doors, and there's people everywhere. Are they having a pool party? Okay, so I made it in, and just in time for the auction is about to start, and let's see which ones we can get, guys. Okay, so I paid $65,000. I got 2 of the 3 units, so we're doing pretty good. So this first one here I got for 35, and the second one I paid 30. So I'm hoping I'm gonna get my money back. So let's have a look inside. We'll put this door up. Okay, is that a Shelby Mustang? So we made our money back for sure. And we have a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado, which is going to give us a crazy amount of money. And over here we have our second storage unit. Hopefully we have the same amount of luck. Okay, so we have a 1970-ish Ford Mustang. It looks like it was painted with a roller. And we have a Jeep YJ. But I gotta see this other storage unit, so out of curiosity, let's just have a look. Okay, let's see what they got. Okay, so we have a H1 Hummer. It's pretty nice, but I don't think I would have been able to sell it. We got like a 1970 Plymouth. They're good cars, but I think I got the better storage units. What I'm gonna have to do now is actually get a car hauler to come and pick everything up, because this is way too many cars. I'm just going to take all the cars and put it outside the gate. But let's start with this Cadillac. Okay, it got hydraulics? Wow, I've never been in a car with hydraulics, but I need to figure it out because right now the car is too low. Oh, okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, that might be a bit too high, but at least I won't scratch the car. So let's just go and put this out by the gate, guys. But I think we have a stuck hydraulic valve because this car got a mind of its own. I guess we're gonna be stuck doing a 3-wheel down the driveway. I guess that's what we got to do to get this car out. We'll fix it when we get back to the shop. Alright, so I got all the cars brought out by the gate. I spent $65,000 on these cars, and I'm looking to get a good profit of, I'm gonna say, about $200,000 because a lot of these vehicles can be sold as is. I don't have to put any work into them. But I'm gonna hop into the Shelby Mustang because this is one of my dream cars, so I want to try it out and see how fast we can go. This car is fast, guys. I feel just like Ricky Bobby in this car. I just want to go fast. And you know what? It's probably better I sold this car because I will probably end up crashing it and getting no money for it. So we're going to park it over here, put it on our website, and see if we can sell it pretty quick because, guys, we don't have to do any work to this car. On the plus side, I got this J10 sold, so we're going to haul it out of the garage and put it over there and wait for the brand new owner to come and pick it up and collect our money. This was probably one of the fastest sales we had. We only had this on the website for about an hour. Alright, so our delivery just got here of our other vehicles we purchased at the auction. And guess what, guys? I got the YJ sold and the owner's coming by very soon. He bought it for his son that just got his license. So I'm going to put this Mustang in the garage because this one here don't need a lot of work. All we got to do is put a brand new paint job on it. It looks like it was done with a paint can and roller, but I think I'm going to keep it black. I'm just going to put a nice shiny finish on it. Okay, so I just got the money from the YJ and we got $15,000 back, which is good considering we paid $65,000 for all 4 cars, and one we just did, we didn't have to put any work into, and we got $15,000 for it. But I just got some good news from Randy. Now it's not with our Dodge Monaco, we're still pretty far behind. Our 1976 Ford F250. Randy actually found the box for it and it's local, so we're going to be going picking that up in a little bit so we can actually get this truck done. Alright, so we're pulling up to the property. It was about a 40-minute drive. If this place actually got the bed we need for our Ford truck, I'm hoping to get it for a good price because that project is starting to cost me a nice bit of money. We had to put a new transmission, a lot of body work, but I think I'm going to check on the condition of the bed before I actually go and see the homeowner. Okay, so it's not in bad shape, but I do have a tailgate. Let's see if we can put it down and see if the hinges are good and there's no major rust. And it got the taillights that are in good shape. Okay, I seen enough. I'm going to go up and see what he wants for this bed, but I don't want to pay any more than $600. Okay, so I ended up paying $600 and that's what I wanted to pay. Now he did want $800, but I was able to talk him down because he just don't have time to do this project. So I'm gonna get the truck backed up and we're gonna put it over by the truck bed and we're gonna winch it on so we can get it back to the shop. I don't think it's gonna take me long to get this bed installed on the truck and prepped for paint. It looks to be in pretty good shape, and Randy and John, they're really killing it at the shop. They're doing a good job. But I'm looking to get probably about $60,000 for this truck because I do have $25,000 put in with everything that we bought for it so far. Okay, so it's been a few days since I went and actually got the truck bed, but we got the Mustang done and I actually got a buyer for it. So we ended up with this nice glossy black finish and we got this nice gold racing stripe put on. We kept it pretty basic. We didn't want to go too much with it and we kept the original rims that came with the car. But we do have it sold and the buyer's coming by later to actually pick it up. So we're just going to put it out by the door for now so we can bring our F250 back in the garage and the boys can put the bed on. Okay, so the owner just came by and grabbed a Mustang. We made $31,000 for it, which is a good profit. So we're going to be putting the Ford F250 in the garage and we're going to try to clear up a little bit of room because we're going to put the Dodge Monaco in and start probably about 80 hours worth of bodywork to get it back in shape. Well, what a good surprise that was. Somebody came in and bought our Cadillac Eldorado and our Jeep J10 for $140,000. So we got 2 more cars off the lot and we have a lot more money to do more projects. So I'm not too concerned now about doing the bodywork on this car because we got the money to actually do it. Well guys, this is going to be it for this video, and if you guys are enjoying this series, please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.